Okay, hi. This is going to be the second video in the Carnivorous series. Today we're going to be building a Venus flytrap display. The Venus flytraps aren't here yet. I ordered 4 of them. They will be here soon. Once they're here, we can set them up in this display garden. It's a mini carnivorous bog, and in the meantime I'll walk you through the steps on how to make one, their care, stuff like that. So the goal isn't just to grow the plants. I want to make a display that mimics the natural acidic bogs they grow in different coastal plains of North and South Carolina. With that being said, let's get into it. For this growing media and soil mixture, we're going to be using 2 parts peat moss, 1 part long fiber sphagnum moss, and 1 part perlite. The reason I'm using this kind of substrate is because the peat moss holds in a lot of moisture and the perlite adds air. So it mimics the natural wetland acidic bog kind of mixture that they normally be in the wild. Venus flytraps are native to the coastal plains of North and South Carolina. Unlike the Mexican butterworts that grow on limestone cliff walls and rock faces, these grow in wetland areas that have nutrient-poor soil and they're consistently moist. Venus flytrap, Dionaea muscipula, is one of the most probably recognizable carnivorous plant species there is. Despite how common they are in the plant trade market and cultivation in general now, their native range is an incredibly small coastal plain area in North and South Carolina. Because the soil they naturally grow in contains little to no phosphorus or nitrogen content, they evolved carnivory to make up for the lack of nutrients. So instead of entirely relying on their roots to get nutrients from the soil, they evolve carnivory and get their nutrients from insects that they catch. A general rule of thumb with carnivorous plants in general is only water with distilled water, reverse osmosis water, or rainwater. Heavy nutrients or mineral contents in, like, say, tap water can burn the roots and kill the plants. Each trap is actually a modified leaf, and inside that is these special trigger hairs that get set off when an insect moves around on the surface enough. When an insect touches 2 or more of these trigger hairs, or touches the same trigger hair twice within a 20-second window, the trap snaps shut. Doing this ensures that the plant isn't wasting nutrients on prey that it doesn't actually catch or isn't actually there. And the more the prey moves inside the trap, the tighter the trap closes, sealing the insect further into being digested. One of the biggest myths about Venus flytraps is that the traps can continuously close over and over again. In reality, every single trap that closes takes a lot of energy from the plant. A healthy trap can only close a limited number of times before it eventually dies back completely. If the trap closes without actually catching any food, the trap spent energy without getting anything in return. So while it's tempting to poke the traps and make them shut, it's cool to see, it's more healthy to just let them grow and use the traps only when they need to. Real quick, I'm just cutting out some galvanized hardware fabric so that I can put it in and use it to separate the soil from the gravel in the drainage layer. Now back to getting into more of the care. For feeding Venus flytraps, I honestly wouldn't recommend feeding them at all. Most of the times you don't need to, especially if they're outside. They tend to catch more than enough insects on their own. If you do end up needing to feed them for any reason at all, I would only use small, live insects that can comfortably fit inside the traps. Don't feed any kind of meat or people food. Most of the times that'll end up just rotting on the leaf before it even gets close to digesting anything. Most carnivorous plants use carnivory in the first place to supplement nutrients they wouldn't be getting in their natural habitat. A lot of them can actually photosynthesize to a certain extent, just like any other green plant. Now, getting into light requirements, the light is probably one of the most important steps with caring for Venus flytraps. The plants naturally grow in very open bogs with very little shade. Ideally, they should receive at least 6 hours of direct sunlight a day. Even more can be better. If you are growing them indoors, use a very, very strong grow light designed for plants, and it needs to be under that light for at least 12 to 14 hours a day. Healthy fly traps growing with enough light usually stay relatively compact and get this very beautiful bright coloring inside the traps. Another note on watering, make sure that these guys stay consistently moist. They're bog plants, they don't like drying out at all. And again, remember to only use reverse osmosis water, rainwater, or distilled water. Any other water with high mineral content can burn the roots. One thing that surprises a lot of new growers of Venus flytraps is that they're not tropical plants at all. They're a United States native species, which also means that year-round they go through a dormancy cycle. Around the winter, when it starts getting colder, some leaves die back, they get smaller, they kind of go through a break for a couple of months, and this dormancy is completely normal. Once it's spring, they'll start growing again normally, and it's a pretty important part of their life cycle. Also, don't panic if you see individual traps turning black and dying back. That's normal. Each trap has a very limited lifespan, and once they capture food, they start to digest it, and that trap dies back naturally. So, as long as the center of the plant remains firm and continues producing more new growth, then a couple black traps here and there can be completely normal. As far as humidity goes, while newly shipped plants or freshly propagated starters might do good with gradual acclimation like what you might see or use with humidity domes, overall most Venus flytraps can handle the usual 30%, 40% that's in a lot of homes just fine. I think that wraps up the majority of their care. Like I said in the Mexican butterwort episode, I want to keep making videos like this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing a Drosera display next, so that'll be fun. But yeah, also planning on uploading a couple more of the usual ethnobotanical episodes. The next one's going to be on skullcap. I just got to finish editing that one up. Now all that's really left is to just wait for the Venus flytraps to arrive. I ordered 4 of them. I think 1 or 2 of them were different hybrids, but I'm really excited to set this up. So the Venus flytraps arrived today, and I am so excited to unbox them and see how they came and how they shipped and make sure they're all safe and healthy and get them all set up. This is Dionaea Hot Pink, a cultivar selected for its vivid pink to deep red trap interiors when grown under strong lighting. The colorful traps aren't just beautiful, they also help attract insect prey, making this one of the most eye-catching fly traps in cultivation. So this is Dionaea B52 x Burbank's Best. This hybrid comes from 2 well-known giant flytrap cultivars, so it's expected to produce large, vigorous traps with excellent coloration under bright light. Like all Venus flytraps, each trap can only close a limited number of times before being replaced, making every successful capture a carefully timed investment for the plant. Next up is Dionaea Tiara. This cultivar is known for its attractive symmetrical growth and distinctive trap shape. As it matures and receives plenty of sunlight, it develops into a striking rosette that makes an excellent display plant while still functioning as an efficient insect hunter. And this is Dionaea Forest, by far one of my most favorite ones, just from the overall look. This cultivar has a natural, robust appearance with healthy green flytraps that develop red coloration depending on lighting conditions. It's a vigorous grower and makes a great addition to any carnivorous plant collection while showcasing the classic look of a Venus flytrap. Everything is so well packed in there. I'm gonna have to be really careful trying to get each one out before I can get them set up in the display. I'm so happy everything arrived healthy and safe. I will be linking the seller in the description. They came off of Etsy. The seller was so nice and helpful. They gave me lots of extra care information and how to acclimate them. So overall, 5 stars. I will definitely be leaving some good reviews for these.